Good feel. Really liked the way our guys played tonight, more so than just getting the win. I thought it was what we've talked about all year. They need to fill us a little bit more defensively. We've got to turn up our defense, and I thought our offense was just a mentality. Our guys got out and ran. We tried to get as many easy baskets as we could from running. But I enjoyed the way our guys played tonight. So it was good to see. Good to see the win. Good to see our guys play that way. And how do we sustain it is the next question. But that's what we'll focus on.
All right. I believe our first question will come from Darren Spencer.
Lloyd, we had talked about how Trae had kind of struggled shooting the past few games. How good was it to see him kind of get back on track a little bit?
I think for him it was good. For me, it was more about the energy and the pace that he played with. Again, I always tell you guys, I don't measure the players by the makes or misses. I thought his aggression was where we like it to be. We changed up a couple sets to put him back in the middle of the floor and brought our bigs up so that he could be Trae Young. And I thought he came out looking to be Trae Young, attacking downhill, getting the bigs behind the defense, spraying out to some of our shooters. But his aggression was what was most important tonight.
Kelly.
Coach, you mentioned the defensive side of the ball. Dominique on the broadcast tonight kind of pointed out the adjustments you guys made on Embiid there in that second quarter and how it really kind of changed the complexion of the game. Where did that start? Is it essentially like with the whole group?
No, anytime you're playing Embiid, you have to throw bodies at him. You have to double team him. You have to put him in a crowd. You have to try and front the post. That goes without saying. You have to go into any game playing Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic. Those are two guys that you have to send extra bodies at. And I think the unintended consequence is if when you play that way, you kind of rev up your motor defensively, where you're flying around, you're double teaming the post, you got to scramble and be in rotations. And I thought it helped us. We were trying to pick up full court a little bit more, and we were trying to double team us, but both of them were aggressive, flying around defenses, and I thought it really kind of set the tone for how we wanted to play.
Steve Hummer.
Yeah, Lloyd. I guess because of the length of this season, do you think you feel an early little losing streak more than you would normally? And has there been a discussion with the team saying, look, we don't have as much time as we normally would to get our stuff together?
No, I don't think we're near that yet. I think the thing we feel the most, is really trying to find the rhythm of our guys as we've lost some bodies and we haven't really had a full roster. I don't think we're saying everything needs to happen right now. We've only played 10 games. We've got 62 to go. We're going to play pretty much every other day. And so I think we'll be able to catch a rhythm just as easily as we've been on a losing streak. We'll be able to get on a winning streak as well. But I don't think we're at a point where anyone's panicking. If you look at the standings, it's all pretty much a game away in the losing column. So there's plenty of room to just move back up to the third spot and drop down to the 10th spot within 2 games. So I don't think there's any panic. I don't think there's any extra weight placed on a streak, good or bad. I think what you're really trying to find and do is capitalize the moment. If you're playing well, you want to be able to continue that on because you don't know. There's so many unknowns that's going on in the season. We're seeing games that have been postponed. You're seeing players that are missing significant time. I think you have to capitalize when you're playing well and you have your bodies just for the sake of what we don't know could potentially happen.
All right. Thank you.
Ben Steiner.
Hey, Coach, John only took 7 shots tonight, and they were all threes. Was that any kind of concerted effort, with stretching Dwight and Embiid out, make them come out and chase them, or was that just by chance?
I haven't even looked at the shot attempts from any of our guys. I thought we shared the basketball. I thought we moved the basketball. I thought we got out and ran. I don't count player shots. I know some of those guys do. I know guys do as tendencies. I know you guys write about it. How do we score? I'm not looking at it. Some nights it's going to be like that. If you have a balanced team and you think you have depth, not everybody's going to take 16 shots. It just doesn't work out that way. He shot threes because they played big and they played down the floor. And so you take what you can get, and he's a good shooter. And if you're shooting in rhythm, great. And if you don't have the shot, we play second side pick and roll and try and get them downhill after that. But I thought he
Face up,
took what the
I
game
think.
was given to him, and I thought he played solid basketball.
Terrell Thomas.
Coach, in the first quarter, the Sixers kept the game pretty close, but then in the second quarter, the Hawks were able to explode. I believe it was 37 points scored in that second quarter. Can you talk to me about what you saw from your team offensively in the second quarter?
We were just running. I think the biggest thing for us was they had a great first quarter. We had to turn our defense up a little bit better than we did in the first. And as a result, I thought our ability to get out and run and get some easy baskets and get to the free throw line. We had 22 free throws at the half, and that was because we were running and we were attacking. I thought the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, we settled. We shot a bunch of threes. It was at least 4 threes in the first 5 minutes. And that was because that's what they were giving us. I wanted us to impose our will by attacking downhill and doing it in transition, and I thought we did that in the second quarter.
Thank you.
Sean.
Lloyd, obviously it hasn't really hit your team that much, but just watching kind of what's going on around the league in terms of games being postponed and being positive tests kind of popping up. What's kind of your general thought on just kind of where the season is at this point and how you feel about like what your comfort level is
Well,
with,
I think it's
moving forward?
Yeah, I think we all have to be a little uncomfortable with what's going on with the virus in our country. I'm not just thinking of it as what's going on in our league. We were told, a month ago that January, in the entire month of January and into February, was going to be the hardest hit portions of the virus because of the holiday and the travel and the gatherings and the family gatherings and the movement. And so we're seeing that as a direct result to holiday travel and family gatherings and being around family and whatever else the situation may be. And so it's really about, how do we just continue to do what we've been doing, which is try and stay as smart as we can, be smart with our family members, educate our family members on how important it is for us to be socially distant, for them to quarantine if they're coming to visit. Some of it is just misfortune, I guess, and some of it is irresponsibility. I think we're trying to do as best we can to focus with our group and our family on how we can be socially responsible with the mask and the distance and the quarantine so that we can continue to play basketball. And that's all I think we can worry about is what we're doing as an organization and as a team and in communication with everyone else.
We've got 2 more. First from Andrew Friedman.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Brandon Goodwin had 15 off the bench tonight. What can you say about his play in the game?
I think Brandon's been playing good basketball last 4 or 5 games. His defensive intensity, picking up full court, really setting the tone for the second unit guys. He struggled with his shot a little bit tonight and finally got going late, but I think his energy is a bit contagious. He's trying to lead a second unit of guys so that our starters can get the minutes they need when they're on the bench in terms of rest. And we can continue to play with pace and play with energy. And he's done that on the defensive side. And so it's encouraging to see that he's stayed ready. He's also trying to lead a group, and he's doing it with his energy and his intensity.
Thank you.
Final question from Yakiri Thomas.
Congratulations again, Coach, on the win. I know over the last few seasons you emphasized strong finish. Was this definitely the strong finish that you desired?
Well, I think it's everything. Last couple of years, it's been a struggle to start games, and I think we've been okay doing so this year. Starting in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter, we've had some struggles at the end of quarters, and I thought our guys had the right approach. I think the most important part of tonight's game was how we came out after the break. First 5 minutes of the game with the 15-point lead. I thought our guys came out with the business approach and really made a nice run on the defensive end and was able to get some easy baskets. And Trae was a big part of that. But every game has a different issue, a different problem. Sometimes it will be the finish in the fourth quarter. Sometimes it will be ending quarters. And sometimes it's the start of games. And tonight, I thought the real key was our ability to come out after half and really take care of business in that first 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.